Hey, this is Victor Antonio with another Sales Influence Moment. Today I want to talk about time management, selling, and how it pertains to you. Has this ever happened to you? You walk into the office and you're like, okay, I'm going to get certain things done. I'm going to get a lot done today. You got a whole list of things you want to get done. And let's just fast forward to the end of the day, nothing got done. Something happened in between. Time wasters happened in between. But what happened? Here's what I think happens sometimes. We see something, it triggers us, and all of a sudden we get distracted, and next thing you know, we're wasting a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there, and at the end of the day, it adds up to a lot of wasted time, and we as salespeople never get around to doing what we should be doing if we want to sell more. Now, I ran across a small model I want to share with you. It's called the habit loop, and how we get into these bad habits of doing things throughout the day that basically waste a lot of time. There's three components to this habit loop. First, there's a cue, something that triggers us, something that calls our attention. Then, once we are triggered, we then do a routine. Then, we get a reward from doing that routine. Let me walk through this slowly. The cue, something you see, something that triggers you. Maybe you walk into your office, first thing you see is your computer. And you say to yourself, let me check email. So that's your routine. The trigger was the computer. Let me check email is now the routine, right? So you start checking your email. You start checking your email, and as you go, you start deleting all your spam. You start answering a couple of emails, maybe a couple of personal emails, and then the reward is saying, looking at your mailbox, saying, no more new emails. Great. You feel satiated. So what happens is you get back to doing your routine again. But then again, you look at your computer, and what happens again? Maybe I should check my LinkedIn page. And so again, the cue is the computer. Then you say to yourself, let me just check LinkedIn. And then again, the reward is actually going through all your emails, LinkedIn. We can do this with Facebook or other social media. You get the idea. Maybe we're walking down the hall. We see somebody by the water cooler. Trigger, that's the cue. That means our typical routine is to go over there and begin a conversation just to see what's going on. Well, we do that's our routine. The reward is getting some satisfaction out of the interaction and maybe gaining some information. But what you've done is created another bad habit. And we have a bunch of these little bad habits running all day. So here's what I'd like you to do. In order to maximize your day, start kind of taking a mental inventory of what are the cues that trigger you to doing things maybe you shouldn't be doing. Let me give you an example. If you know that the computer is the trigger, and the first thing that comes to mind is check your email, maybe say something like this to yourself. You've been cued, you saw the computer. Instead of jumping on the email, say to yourself, no, I've already preset some goals. I will only check my email at 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. that day. And once you've done that, you basically have broken that routine. You've broken that bad habit. Try this with other things and see if it works for you. But again, identifying these cues, these things that trigger you to waste time, will help you sell more in the long run. Why? Because you'll have more time to focus on calling your customers or visiting them. This is Victor Antonio with another Sales Influence Moment reminding you, selling ain't hard when you know how. Take care.